All right, we want to solve and then check our answers, show your work. So the first equation is 2x plus 4 equals 10. 2x plus 4 equals 10. First step is to use the additive inverse, so subtract 4 from both sides. This gives 0. 2x equals 6. Now we use the multiplicative inverse and divide both sides by 2. So x equals 3. Now we need to check our answer. So we plug 3 back in. 2 times 3 plus 4 equals 10. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 plus 4 equals 10. 10 equals 10. And this right here is the reflexive property. So the first one has been solved and it's been checked. 5 minus 2p equals 8. 5 take away 2p equals 8. First thing we do is we use the additive inverse of 5. Now this is a positive 5. The negative here is for the 2. So we use the additive inverse of 5, so we subtract 5 from both sides. We end up getting negative 2p equals 3. Use the multiplicative inverse, so we divide both sides by negative 2, and we end up with p equals negative 3/2, or as a decimal, negative 1.5. Now we need to check our work. 5 minus 2 times negative 1.5 equals 8. Negative 2 times negative 1.5 is positive 3. So 5 plus 3 equals 8. 8 equals 8, and that's our reflexive property. 4w plus 2 equals 9w plus 8. First thing we want to do is collect like terms, so we get our w terms collected by using the additive inverse of 9w, so we subtract 9w from both sides. We get negative 5w plus 2 equals 8. Now we use the additive inverse of 2, so we subtract 2 from both sides, and we get negative 5w equals 6. Now we use the multiplicative inverse, so we divide both sides by negative 5, and we end up with w equals negative 6/5. So there's our solution. So now let's go ahead and test it. Let's plug it back in. 4 times negative 6/5 plus 2 equals 9 times negative 6/5 plus 8. Well, 4 times negative 6/5 is negative 24/5 plus the number 2 equals negative 54/5 plus 8. We need a common denominator here, so this will become 10 over 5. So negative 24 over 5 plus 10 over 5 equals negative 54 over 5 plus, getting a common denominator here, 8 becomes 40 over 5. When I add both fractions, I get negative 14 over 5 equals negative 14 over 5. There's my reflexive property. 3 times 7 minus t plus 3 equals 4t minus 5. Okay, first thing to do here is to use the distributive property. So 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times negative t is negative 3t. Plus 3 equals 4t minus 5. Now we combine like terms. So 21 and 3 are like terms. 21 plus 3 is 24. Now we want to gather our like terms together. So we want to get our t's on the same side. So I use the additive inverse of 4t, which is negative 4t. So 24 minus 7t equals negative 5. Again, isolating t means I need to subtract 24 to the other side. So negative 7t equals negative 29. Multiplicative inverse, so I divide both sides by negative 7, and a negative divided by a negative is a positive. So I get a value of 29/7. Okay, let's go ahead and check our work. 3 times 7 minus 29/7 plus 3 equals 4 times 29/7 minus 5. Inside we need a common denominator. So this will become 49/7, 49 over 7. So 3 times 49/7 minus 29/7 plus 3 equals 4 times 29. 4 times 20 is 80. 4 times 9 is 36. So that would be 116/7 minus 5. 49 minus 29 is 20. 3 times 20 is 60. So this becomes 60/7 plus 3 equals, need a common denominator here, so this will be 35/7. So 116/7 minus 35/7. Now, I need a common denominator here, so the 3/1 becomes 21/7. So 60/7 plus 21/7 equals. These already have a common denominator, so now it's time to subtract. So I take 116 and I subtract 35. Well, 100 minus 30 is 70. And 16 minus 5 is 11. So 70 plus 11 is 81. So this will be 81/7. 60 plus 21 is 81. So 81/7 equals 81/7. And that's my reflexive property. Four t plus 4 equals 5 plus 4t. I want to gather my like terms on the same side, so I want to isolate t. So I use the additive inverse of 4t to both sides. Here's the problem. They both cancel out, leaving me with the equation 4 equals 5. Well, there's no more variable, so I'm going to make a note of that. No more variable. And the equation that I have is not true. So these two things tell me that there is no solution to this particular problem. So there's nothing to check. Last one. 2 minus y equals 4 minus 2y. Okay, we want to gather our like terms together, so we want to isolate y. So we add 2y to both sides of the equation. That leaves me with 2 plus y equals 4. Now I want to subtract 2 from both sides. So y equals 2. That's the solution, so let's check it. 2 minus 2 equals 4 minus 2 times 2. Well, 2 minus 2 is 0. 2 times 2 is 4. And 4 minus 4 is 0. So there's my reflexive property.